Okay. Everything should be recording properly. Hopefully the audio is good. Hopefully my mic is working properly. And hopefully everything runs smoothly. I'm just going to jump into it because I want to try to make some decent progress. And I don't know how long it's going to take me. So anyways, hello everyone. Welcome back to Murder by Numbers. Last time we left off, we started case 2. And we are trying to figure out who murdered the actor guy. But I had to end the last episode mid-case because it was taking too long. It took me like 3 hours just to get a little bit into it, so yeah. So let's just jump into it. Sorry, I got distracted. Load game. Auto save. Okay, have I questioned Sharon at all? I believe I did. I think I just need to go outside, right? Wait, what? Did I not? Did I not unlock the parking lot? I don't know. Oh, she's out here. Was that Becky? She's been in the bathroom since she left the ceremony. Do you think she knows that Dick's been murdered? Knowing Becky, she'll probably think he deserved it for not giving her that award. Welcome back. I was worried you were going to stay in the restroom all night. What? Don't be stupid, Honor. I just had to fix my makeup, that's all. Did you hear what happened? Of course I did. The cops even made me give me a statement. Like, what's the point? I didn't see anything. And if that wasn't bad enough, Bobby Price just tried to make a pass at me. It's hard work being the center of attention. Sorry you didn't get Best Actress. If it's any consolation, we all thought you deserved it. Everyone knows I deserve it. Well, everyone except those brainless nobodies in the Starshine Committee, apparently. You're a great actress, Becky. You don't need to win an award for people to take you seriously. What would you know? You've never even been shortlisted. Pretty crazy what happened to Dick Stanford, huh? Let's be honest, he was ancient and his career was over. It was gonna happen soon enough anyway. Becky, he was murdered. Have you seen inside a retirement home? If I even get that old and irrelevant, I hope someone does the same to me. Bobby Price made a pass at you? Can you blame him? I didn't even know he was back yet. Wasn't that long ago he was in a cell. Another innocent person put away by Anna Mazzari and Scout. What a fearsome duo. Anyway, enough about us. Let's get back to you. My favorite subject. Bobby started telling me about all about his TV show, as if that's supposed to impress me. Like, we all have TV shows. This is Hollywood. Still, he is kind of cute, and a spot on the talk show could be good for publicity. Just be careful, the case isn't over yet. He could still turn out to be the murderer. I'm thinking about going on a show on her, not marrying him. I'm not stupid enough to make that mistake. Okay. No idea. No idea. No idea. We found this torn up sheet of paper. Was it supposed to be your acceptance speech? Oh, that? Don't be silly. It was just something I was writing for the show, like a script. You were writing an award acceptance speech for a script? I have more talents than just acting, Honor. I was going to take it to the writer's room, because that's where the writers are. But now it's all torn up, so I guess I can't. Oh well. No idea. No idea. Someday I'll be on the front cover of Celeb Life. You really want the tabloids printing rumors about your life? Well, publicity is good publicity, Honor. The second they stop writing about you, you might as well be dead. No idea. No idea. First Scout, now this? Are you collecting useless electronics or something? Wow. No idea. Gross, get that away from me, you weirdo. Where did you get that? The cops found it on the dash of a pink 4x4 outside. Was it that your car? Because it's been towed. Good. All I wanted was for my parents to see me win the Starshine Award, and they couldn't even do that. Mom thinks she can buy my forgiveness with some hideous hot pink monstrosity. I'm glad it got towed. They can crush the damn thing for all I care. By the way, I'm gonna need a ride home tonight. Sorry, Becky. I know what it's like to not have your parents' support. It sucks. Why couldn't they just be here? You don't need them. You've got us. Forget it. I didn't even win anyway. We solved the mystery of the pink car, and now Detective Cross will finally trust us. I want to get your hopes up. He only gave us that case to keep us busy. But I bet he didn't count us on solving it this fast. We're a great team, like Holmes and Watson, Cagney and Lacey, Shaggy and Scooby. We really need to talk about how much TV you're watching. No mystery will go unsolved, no stone left unpunished, no criminal left unturned. I like the enthusiasm, I just don't know if... Come on, partner, there's a murder to solve. Hey, wait up! Yeah, there's still one thing to do. Is that Detective Cross? Who's the hottie he's with? That's my dad. Wow, I gotta give you my props for locking that down. Okay. Well, that's everything I can do. Dressing room? Back to the crime scene at last. It'll be easier to search the place now that Cross isn't breathing down our necks. Understood. Setting scan mode to high resolution. There's gotta be something I missed. Across. These two, or these two. all without a briefcase. There's a bunch of letters in here from Dick's lawyers. Says in Day Chris LP. I wonder if Dick was trying to stop someone from going to the press about him. It's right here in these letters. Do you think this is related to the rumors in Celeb Life magazine? It must be. It says the guy's name was Alex Costa. He accused Dick of being abusive and intimidating. Based on our interaction with him, that sounds accurate. Sustained verbal abuse over a period of many years. Volatile, ill-tempered, created a hostile work environment. No wonder he wanted to go to the press. If this is true, Dick would have made Becky seem like an angel. Everyone who worked with him must have known about this. Why was he allowed to keep his job? That's easy. Money. No TV network wants to fire the biggest star. It's easier just to make sure nothing ever goes public. Well, that, and he's a powerful man in a city run by powerful men. You can be sure Kathleen wouldn't have gotten away with being so difficult. But these files say someone was trying to tell the truth. That would make it hard to ensure it never went public. Yep, and Dick called in his lawyers to shut them down. Do you think that could drive someone to murder? Sounds like a possible motive to me. We should see if anyone knows this Alex Costa guy. Okay, let me keep investigating. Gotta be something else here. There we go. Say I can do this now. It's 15 across. Trying to figure this out without having to use it. Like looking up the solution. Okay, I can probably do this. Or like, you know. It might not actually go here, but this will help. No, that's not gonna work. That can't work. Yeah, that can't work. How's that gonna work? If it's 226. Hold on. Unless it's like something else. How does this work? Because unless, hold on. Oh, I might see what I need to do. Huh. Okay. This is a lot harder than I was expecting. Also, I messed up by doing that. It's still possible this could be like this. I thought maybe that would have been it, but no. I'm almost positive it has to be this. Three could go here, the two could go here, so I'm not gonna do that just yet. Cross that off. Yeah, cross that off. Wait, no, I messed up because this is not gonna work. Okay, I am a little stuck. Yeah, I messed up somewhere really badly, to be honest. just gonna reset the puzzle. It'll be faster this way. So 3. Where did I mess up? Like that? I was on the right track, but I was a little bit off. PDA dock. Rank B. Wow, it's a... What is it? It's a dock for the PDA we found earlier. Good news, it provides a serial interface, which means I can use this to access the PDA. I just need a moment to break the password protection. Puzzle start. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot that I can't do that. 32 seconds to spare. I'm in. I have full access to Dick's files. Great. Was he working on anything recently? There's a spreadsheet file last edited earlier today. Best new comedy, $26,500 off the grid, paid. Best actor, $33,750. Graham Nana, paid. Best actress, $30,760. Sarah O'Hara, paid. They're all Starshine Award winners. Dick must have been taking bribes for the awards committee. Honor, there is one more. Murder Miss Terry, disqualification, $50,000, paid. Someone paid $50,000 to disqualify us. Who? There was no name here, but didn't Ryan pay that exact amount to an anonymous bank account? I think it's time we had a talk with my ex-husband. Okay. Where would he be at? Okay, I might as well present my evidence to her. Scout hacked into Dick's PDA and we found... Oh, I do not want to hear about awards right now. I guess I'll have to tell her later when she's ready to hear it. Okay. Well, I still think Bobby did it. He's got the motive, the opportunity. His poisonous style, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy to think that far ahead. You don't know a Bobby like I do. Besides, like... Excuse me, that's my agent calling. I hear your suspect was released without charge. You seem to be making a habit of this, Honor. I was wrong about Bobby, I admit that, but I'm not giving up. Good for you. I hear the detective even gave you a special assignment. We already solved it. Now we're looking for the murderer again. Is that so? Well, I'm sure you do your best. I heard you talking to Kathleen about the poisoning. What do you make of it? I don't think Bobby did it, if that's what you're asking. That doesn't leave many suspects. Kathleen, Becky, you. Watch it, binary boy. You've got nothing on me. You know it. Besides, if I killed Dick, do you really think I'd be stupid enough to hang around afterwards? The killer's probably long gone by now. I'm not so sure. Something tells me this thing with Dick was personal. They might be sticking around to see how things play out. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize you're a psychologist now, as well as a detective. Did you know Detective Cross was my dad? Really? Huh, small world. Point. Isn't that Dick's PDA? That $50,000 business arrangement of yours. That was for Dick, wasn't it? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't lie to me, Ryan. I've got the data right here. That's why you met with him earlier, isn't it? You paid him off. You had Murder Miss Terry disqualified from the Starshine Awards. Get ready, Scout. Honor's got another one of her wild theories. You've got no evidence. Is my name anywhere on that spreadsheet? I don't think so. Maybe not, but it's pretty convenient that Dick was murdered before any of this went public, isn't it? Are you actually suggesting I murdered him? Do you realize how crazy that sounds? You know, you're never going to be happy if you can't learn to trust people. How about you leave the investigating to the cops and let me take you home? You're tired. No, I know what I'm doing, Ryan. I've got the evidence right here on this PDA. I told you that. You paid $50,000 to an anonymous account. You were seen arguing with Dick. Maybe your name isn't written down, but I know you, Ryan. This has your fingerprints all over it. You're inventing connections that aren't there. How am I supposed to talk to you when you're acting like this? I knew there was a reason he was here tonight. Is he always like this? Pretty much. Whenever things start looking good for me, he finds some way to tear it down. Why did you marry him? It was different. He was different. At the start, he was so kind, so attentive. He made me feel like I was the most important thing in the world. Then we got married, and suddenly he changed. He was more critical, more volatile. I was always walking on eggshells around him. If he was happy, it was because I'd done something right, and if he was mad, well, that was my fault too. I was the center of his universe, but my universe was shrinking by the day. I stopped seeing friends, family. He even wanted me to quit the show. And if I ever tried to bring this up with him, he'd say I was imagining it. Luckily, Casey worked out what was going on and made me snap out of it. It took a long time, but I got away eventually. I'm glad you distanced yourself from him. Apparently, it wasn't far enough. Okay, he's not talking to me anymore. How's the investigation going? Is it true Bobby got released already? It's true, Bobby didn't kill Dick. He just thought he did. I have to say, I'm surprised. It sounds like you had the case all wrapped up. We thought so too. Until we found out Dick was poisoned. Now we're back to square one. Poison, but... It's not really my place to say, but just because Bobby admitted to strangling Dick doesn't mean he didn't poison him too. Can you think of any way Dick might have been poisoned before he got it on stage for his award? I'm sorry, I don't know where he was before the presentation. Have you checked his dressing room? I was so pleased when I found out that Dick wanted me to give Dick his award. I've been waiting for a moment like this for a long time. Now it's all over and nothing will ever be the same again. Clip-on bow tie. Dick used to hate those things. Funny, isn't it? It can be so hard to remember these things while someone's alive, but after they're gone, even the smallest detail seems unforgettable. Showing me that. Why are you showing me that? Why are you showing me that? Have you seen this article about Dick and celeb life? Of course, Dick was very proud of his front page billing. I'm guessing he was less happy when he saw how the article ended. Something about rumors was still missing part of the article. Okay, I think I've read this before. That's good. I'm not done talking to you. Did you know Dick was taking bribes to rig the Star Trek Awards? What? That's terrible. I had no idea. Do you think that's why he was killed? Is this yours? 40 years without a drink. Okay, now, I think I've read this before. 29. Really? He never mentioned it. For a man of his age and temperament, I always assumed. But it doesn't matter now. Dick was trying to block a guy called Alex Costa from talking to the press. Apparently Dick was a real piece of work off camera. That doesn't surprise me, and it answers the question of who leaked those rumors to celeb life. So it's true? I suppose there's no sense in trying to hide it anymore. He's dead now anyway. The truth is, Dick was always difficult to work with. He hated the idea of a woman coming onto his show, but the network insisted. I put up with a lot for the sake of my career. Did you know Alex Costa? We'd like to speak to him. Sorry, I haven't kept in contact with anyone from the show. It's a time I'd rather forget about. You might have better luck asking Bobby. A lot of the old crew stayed on when he took over. Wait a second, that reminds me. I mean, I could be wrong, but any information you have could be useful. Well, I think Bobby's mother was called Alexandra. Are you sure? Yes, I remember now. He introduced me to her at an event. Well, that's convenient. I think it's time we review the new evidence. Agreed, Ryan is now quite a convincing suspect. That spreadsheet suggests he paid Dick to rig the Starshine Awards. Kathleen saw them arguing earlier, so maybe the deal didn't go smoothly. Maybe Dick tried to increase the price or threatened to go public, and Ryan killed him to protect himself. But he's not the only suspect. There's also the matter of Alex Costa. Right, Dick was trying to keep Alex from going to the press about him. He almost succeeded, but Celeb Life still printed the accusations as rumors. That could have been enough to stoke a fire between those two. Maybe Alex poisoned Dick to get revenge. The only problem with that angle is that we don't know where Alex is. By now, the question isn't where, but who. No one seems to have heard of Alex Costa. What if he's not even a real person? First, it's people saying things they don't mean. Now it's people who aren't actually real? Humans are so confusing. No, there's a real person behind it. I think Alex Costa is a fake name. Whoever it is didn't want to risk getting found out. They've been right here the whole time. Ryan is Alex Costa. He blackmailed Dick into having Murder Miss Terry disqualified from the awards. Seems unlikely. Why would Ryan need to blackmail Dick if he already paid a $50,000 bribe? Good point. Maybe someone else would benefit. Bobby is Alex Costa. Dick was sabotaging Bobby's TV show. This was his way of getting revenge. Solid motive, but can you be sure? We've already had Bobby arrested once and we were wrong. Maybe we weren't. Maybe he knew Dick was poisoned and strangled him to finish the job. Not to mention, Kathleen said she thinks Bobby's mother is called Alexandra. Alexandra Price? Alex Costa? Of course, price, cost, it all fits. In that case, the only remaining uncertainty is how he poisoned Dick. I suggest we try to find Bobby. He may reveal more under the pressure of this new evidence. Becky said he spoke to her after he was released. We should see if she knows where he is. Okay. Wait, who are you? Ah! Can I help you? That was weird. Oh no, What? Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. Just a sensor glitch. We should look for Becky. She was in the, flashback thing. Becky, are you there? Damn it, she was here a minute ago. something here. That off, that off, that off, that off. Even when there's less ones, it's still difficult to gauge. Definitely. That means these can be crossed off. These two are these two. Crossed off, crossed off. I feel like I'm on the right track. These two definitely need to go here. Cross these off. I just realized. Trying to think. Yeah, I have no idea. Alright, for the sake of time, I'm just gonna do this. 6 down. 2. Cross that off. Cross that off. 2 up. Cross that off. Cross that off. Cross that off. was getting there. Makeup. How strange. It's a mirror mounted in a small plastic case with a disc of compressed powder. It's called blush. You put it on your face. Is it some kind of a disguise? No, it's just makeup. Oh, I was hoping we might have to disguise ourselves like in the movies. I could put on some of this blush to show you if you want, although it looks pretty expensive. Oh no, wait. What's the problem? My sensors are reporting a critical warning, which means that there is a high risk of mortality. Huh? Where? From that object, the makeup. It is extremely dangerous. Doesn't look dangerous, are you sure? Well, yes, although I am unsure to the specific reason. The warning was invoked from a previously inaccessible area of my memory. Is this intuition Detective Cross talks about? Am I having a hunch? One moment, I'll try to run a backtrace and identify it. Processing. Recovering data. A stacked backtrace suggests the warning handler was invoked by a routine called Identify Toxin. On it, please use extreme caution. That blush contains a powerful neurotoxin. What? It seems this routine was somehow invoked automatically by my sensor array. The contents of the routine are obscure to me, but it references a database which seems to contain a list of toxins. In other words, I think we just found the poison that killed Dick Stanford. Do you really think this makeup was what killed Dick? That was a weird transition. My toxin detection routine reports the probability at around 99.89%. There seems to be quite a few things you don't know you can do, Scout. The hacking and now an encyclopedic knowledge of poisons. Yes, I think it must be a side effect of my memory corruption. Who do you think this makeup could belong to? Well, Becky was the last person we saw back here. In which case, either she's working with Bobby, or she accidentally came into contact with the neurotoxin. Either way, we better find her fast. But she doesn't seem to be in the building. We've checked every room. Not every room. We haven't checked the women's restroom. What are you waiting for? What? People frequently refer to me as a guy. What did that suggest? I am not allowed in the women's restroom? It's fine. I give you permission. Okay, cool. Yeah, before I do anything, I'm just going to investigate the rest of the rooms. If I can. Okay, nobody here. So women's restroom is the only place I can go. This has got to be the most expensive looking restroom I've ever seen. Even the toilets are gold plated. Yeah, and they're freaking cold. I'd like to get my hands on whoever came up with that idea. I thought you were done hiding in here. Are you okay? No, of course I'm not okay. What are you, blind? Is this still about the award? No. I mean, yes, but, it's everything. The award, my parents. Maybe I should just lock myself in here for the rest of my life. Is winning a Starshine Award really that big of a deal? We obviously don't appreciate talent, so just forget about it. Oh, I should just forget about it, of course. Why didn't I think of that? It's only been my dream since I was 11. Just, what if tonight was my last chance? I tried so hard this year. This was how I was supposed to prove that I had made it. You don't get a Starshine unless you're at the top of your game. It's not strictly true. What's that supposed to mean? Dick had some files on his PDA that you might want to take a look at. If there's one thing I understand, it's parent problems. At least your mom is here. Mine's too busy fighting with Dad at home. You know, I don't think they ever loved each other. Hell, I'm not even sure they even liked each other. Why, are they still together? Neither one of them wants to be the first to talk about separating. Apparently giving up isn't how we do things. I thought maybe if I won, they might focus on me instead of fighting over who gets to renovate the dining room this month. That plan obviously worked out great. What's the problem with Bobby? Except for the fact that he's a suspect in a murder case. Scout, we're trying to be supportive. The flying junk pile has a point. I know Bobby's not exactly a catch, but I can't stop thinking about him. Might be a murderer is pretty high up on the list of dating red flags. I know, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to do anything unless I know he's really innocent. But what if he's not interested in me? I can't even win a stupid Starshine Award. Take a look at the spreadsheet. Honor, I'm an actress, not an accountant. I don't do numbers. This is important. Dick was taking bribes. He rigged the Starshine Awards. He did what? Let me see that. This is unbelievable. I know. Can you believe someone paid to have our show disqualified from every category? Forget about that. Sarah O'Hara paid $30,000 for Best Actress? I knew she must have cheated. She can't even cry on cue. Okay, having our entire show disqualified was also bad, but you can't blame me for having priorities. But don't you see? You didn't miss out on an award because you aren't good enough. You missed out because everyone else was cheating. I spent my whole career chasing a Starshine Award and they're worthless? What a ripoff! Once this gets out, the entire Starshine Award committee will probably be fired. If a system is corrupt, sometimes the only solution is to start from scratch. You're right, they'll need to elect a new committee. I've got to start planning my campaign. Vote for Becky. Honest, integrity, Starshine, star quality. Well, no one could say you aren't honest. We found this backstage. Is it yours? Ah, I thought I'd gotten rid of that. So you meant trying to dispose of a deadly weapon? What are you babbling about? This makeup is poisoned. What? But Bobby gave that to me. Oh my god, is he trying to kill me? Take a look at this spreadsheet. Okay, same thing. Yeah, I wish it would like say like, oh, you already showed me that, you know? Okay, I've done everything else I can. Oh, I didn't actually investigate the women's restroom, did I? Wait, what is that? What else is there to do in here? Bobby gave you this blush? Did you say Bobby gave you this blush? Do you think this is what killed Dick Stanford? I say I think about going on his TV show, and he came back with this, said it was a gift. So why did you leave it backstage? After that crap with my mom in the car, I'm so done with people thinking they can just buy me off like that. I guess it's a good thing I didn't try and use it. Do you think he was just trying to get rid of the evidence? How about we get out of here? It sounds like you got a lot to do, and we have to tell Detective Cross about this poison makeup. Sounds good to me. It's getting kind of warm in here anyway. Ouch! The door handle is burning hot. I'm detecting temperatures outside of nearly 1,000 degrees. Either my sensors are malfunctioning or the building is on fire. What? No way, I'm not gonna die in the bathroom. Can you imagine the obituary? Hey, can anyone hear me? Get us out of here. How do I keep getting stuck in rooms with you? The heat of the fire must have jammed the door mechanism. We have to find a way to open it. Okay. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna start using the walkthrough. Crowbar. Why is there a crowbar in the women's restroom? Perfect. This should help us get the door open. Honor. Why is there a crowbar in the bathroom? Good question. I guess sometimes the plunger just isn't enough. We still need to find some way of getting past the fire outside. Is there anything else in here? Up somewhere. Feels like dead. have no idea what I'm doing wrong here. Oh, that's what I'm doing wrong. Okay, I see. Fire extinguisher. Why is there a fire extinguisher in here? Pressurized fire suppression system. This will allow us to clear a path to safety. I think we can get out of here, but it isn't going to be easy. Are you ready? I was ready 5 minutes ago. Give me that fire extinguisher and open the damn door. Here goes. Door crashes over. God, oh my god, it's an inferno out there. Stand back. Getting us out of here. Come on, you idiots. Move it or lose it. I don't know if I should be more scared of her or the fire. You got 3 seconds or I'm leaving you here to get cremated. Fire alarm. Come on, we're getting out of here, one way or another. It's so hot. Oh no, wait. That noise. It's a fire alarm. Scout, come on, we gotta keep moving. I can't. It's... Scout! Clear the area. Repeat, all non-essential personnel, please clear the area. All this just to test one modification? I don't even recognize half this equipment. I'm sure they know what they're doing. I'll be keeping an eye on Scout. Don't worry about it. What am I being tested on? Image recognition? Computer interfacing? We don't know exactly. Something new. I just hope... Primary systems online. Magnetizing coils. Power usage at 500 watts and rising. I feel strange. I'm seeing internal power fluctuations. I think we should back off a little bit. Negative. We're well under the hardware failure thresholds, increasing to 1.3 kilowatts. Cascading system failures, so we have to stop. You're gonna fry something. Do not interfere with the tests. Help me. Scout, wake up! I remembered something. You have to tell me later. If we don't get out of here soon, we're toast. What the hell are you two doing back there? We're coming. Come on, Scout, let's go. Yeah, take that and that. The fire's no match for me. This way, we're nearly out. This took a twist I was not expecting. 2 hours later. Doesn't look that bad. The fire didn't reach the main hall. Maybe not, but the stench sure did. It smells like a garbage fire in here. Hardly surprising, half the building went up in flames. Everything backstage is gone. Backstage? Does that include Dick's dressing room? Yeah. What do you think caused the fire? Not what. Who? A lot of evidence just burned up. Someone started that fire to cover their tracks. That captain's gonna have my ass for this. We lost everything. Not everything. Scout and I searched that room a little while before the fire. We have a new theory. Let's hear it. I just hope this isn't another wild goose chase. Dick was poisoned by Bobby Price. You gotta be kidding me. We found the neurotoxin that was used to poison Dick. And Becky says Bobby gave it to give her as a gift. We just need to interrogate him and... Is that it? What do you mean, is that it? He was trying to get rid of the evidence. We've got him. You've got nothing. Your case has more holes than a golf course. You can't arrest a man based on one witness statement. You need hard evidence. Where did he get the poison from? How was it administered? Where's the proof he handled this poison at all? I guess there are a few unanswered questions. But we did find the owner of the pink car. If you can't be thorough, how am I... How am I ever supposed to trust you? It's nothing we can't handle. Just give us a little longer. Bobby's still outside, getting checked for burns. As soon as they're done with him, you can have your interrogation. You better have your evidence together by then. All of it. We better do this right or he's never gonna let us near a crime scene again. I just don't know if there's any evidence left after that fire. Backstage may be ruined, but we can still search the rest of the building. We should check in with Becky too. I want to know more about Bobby and that makeup. Honor, that was quite something, huh? It was close. It was a close one, that's for sure. I wanted to say thanks. What? If it wasn't for you and Scout, we would still be stuck in that bathroom. I know I'm not always easy to work with, but you helped me anyway with the pep talk and the escape. You're welcome, Becky. I'm happy to have been of some assistance. Yeah, don't mention it. Besides, if it wasn't for your firefighting heroics, we would have burnt to a crisp. When I'm head of the Starshine Committee, I'll remember what you did today. I really appreciate that, Becky, but I don't need an award. Who said anything about an award? I just said I'd remember. Jeez, talk about self-centered. If anything, we should be thanking you for getting us out of the building. Where did you learn to use a fire extinguisher like that? I played a firefighter in the school play one year, got really into the role. I wore the costume for like 2 months. Of course, back then, the fire was just made of tissue paper. Holy crap, I could have died today. Why did you let me do that? I still can't believe the Starshine Awards were such a scam. I was so happy when we won Best New Show in '93. Who knows when the committee started accepting bribes? I think we won fair and square that year. And as soon as I get elected, I'm clearing house. All new rules and regulations, sweeping reforms. Hollywood won't know what hit it. I'm glad you found your calling. It's like I told you, you don't need an award to be happy. Of course I don't need an award. I'm going to be in charge of giving them out. That's way better. Just think of all the press conferences, the publicity. We need to talk to you about Bobby again. I already told you everything. You wanted me to go on his show and he gave me that makeup. You think I'm lying or something? Not at all. We're just trying to uncover more details. Do you remember anything else? Something he said? Any other gifts? There was this other thing that came with the makeup. I didn't think it was important, but you can take a look if you want. Okay. Not even go here or here. Not even using a walk. We're almost done, it seems. This fan has text printed on it. Thank you for shopping at Le Manche Jolie. This must be where the makeup was purchased. And they can tell us if they sold it to Bobby. Let's give them a call. Damn it, the battery's dead. Don't suppose you got a power socket. Actually, I do, but it's only designed for very low power devices. Charging a cell phone would take some time. It's better than nothing. Here. Casey, I haven't seen you all night. I figured you left. Just because you don't see me doesn't mean I'm not here. I've been stuck with your mother all evening. Honestly, how am I supposed to find Mr. Right if I've got that hanging around me? Can I borrow your cell? There's this boutique, Le Manche Jolie. I need something from their sales record. Oh, I know that place. I went on a terrible couple of dates with their perfumes guy. Great guy, but he insisted on cooking every time we met up. You broke up with him because he cooked for you? All those perfumes had screwed up his sense of smell. Honestly, it was like Pizza Hut and tried to make bolognese. But I let him down gently, of course. I'm sure he'd do me a favor if I asked nicely. I need to know who bought this makeup. Rose Night number 16 by Corinthia Cosmetics. Oh, Corinthia, very swish. I'll see what I can do. Hi, Lemon Jolie. Is this Marshall? It's me, Casey. How are you? Supervisor, look at you. Me, oh, you know, this and that. Oh, you saw the show? Thank you. Definitely some of my best work, actually. Listen, could you do me a big favor? I'm trying to track down one of your customers. I know you don't normally give out that kind of information, babe, but can you make an exception for me? Another date? I don't know if that's such a good idea. You still cook? No? You don't have time anymore. That's great. I mean, that's understandable, given your new responsibilities. How about we meet up this Friday? Now about that info, did you sell any Corinthia Rouge number 16 recently? Oh really? A special order. Very interesting. Do you have any contact details? Yes, a phone number would be great. Okay, got it. Thank you so much, Marshall. See you Friday. So, did you get a name? Yep, only one person bought that makeup recently. Alex Costa. That name again. Who's Alex Costa? We think it might be Bobby Price using a fake name. Can you call the number they gave you? Alright, but I'm sending you my phone bill this month. Hi, could I speak to Alex Costa? That's weird. What happened? Was it Bobby? I don't know, they hung up on me. have literally no idea why he's showing that. What are you still carrying that around for? It's empty. I don't know. I thought it might make a nice souvenir. A way to remember the time you saved my life. Yeah, well, don't get used to it. You're just lucky I was in a good mood. You know, you're pretty handy with that crowbar. If this detective thing doesn't work out, you'd probably make a great burglar. I can use my sensors to detect the way into the building. Don't give him ideas like that, Scout. We are not becoming burglars. I'm just saying it's good to have options. I doubt Bobby would have come in here. That makes it the perfect place to hide evidence. There's gotta be something in here. There's like no time for this. Dying flowers. These are the flowers Dick got with his award, but they're all wilted. Oh no, don't get too close. I'm detecting neurotoxin powder inside the bouquet. On the flowers, but... Dick got these on stage. I saw him smell them. That's how he was poisoned. He must have been poisoned in advance. How did Bobby gain access to the flowers before the ceremony? Maybe he didn't. There's gotta be something else in here. Black gloves. That's right. There we go. You made me dig through the garbage can for an old pair of gloves? Not just any pair of gloves that detected trace levels of the neurotoxin on them. You're right, there's red powder on the fingertips. Bobby must have worn them while handling the poison makeup, then disposed of them in here. Only one problem with that theory, Scout. These are women's gloves, and they look kind of familiar. I can't detect anything unusual in here. I guess this is all the evidence we're gonna get. I just hope it's enough to build a case around. Detective Cross will be here in any minute with Bobby. We better have our final theory ready. Do you really think we have enough evidence? If we can't convince Cross... I know this is our last chance, but I think I finally understand what happened here tonight. Kathleen killed Dick. It's all starting to make sense now. She admitted herself that she and Dick had a long-standing feud. He was a jerk to everyone on the show, especially her. Putting up with Dick was hard enough for just one night. Imagine getting that kind of abuse for over a decade. But she could never go public. It'd be the end of her career. So she made up a fake name and started leaking rumors to the press. Until Dick called in his lawyers and stopped the press from accepting any more stories about him. She was silenced. Silenced, but angrier than ever. That's when she decided to take matters into her own hands. Dick Stanford had to die. But if Kathleen killed Dick, how is it that Bobby gave the poison makeup to Becky? That's exactly what I hope to find out from Bobby. Well, look what the cop dragged in. Am I to understand Bobby isn't so innocent after all? That's what we're about to find out. Sorry, Bobby, we've got a few more questions for you. What the hell, man? I didn't kill Dick. You said so yourself. I came here for the awards, not to get interrogated by a private detective and some robot. This isn't backtalk, Bobby. No one's interested in your sob story. I hope you got everything you needed on her. This is your last chance. Let's start with identifying the murder weapon. Dick was poisoned with the neurotoxin sprinkled onto these flowers. Aren't those the flowers I gave him on stage? He sealed his fate as soon as he smelled them. That's why he started acting strangely on stage. The poison was already starting to take effect. Pretty grim stuff. I can't believe this. I held those flowers too. If I smelled them myself. But I didn't go anywhere near those flowers. I don't even know what a neurotoxin is. Sure you do. The poison was hidden in makeup. Rouge number 16 from Corinthia Cosmetics. Only a small amount of the poison makeup is needed to kill if inhaled. So when do you know so much about poison? I'm still learning what I'm capable of, detective. Wait a second, I recognize that makeup. I was hoping you would. After all, you gave it to Becky. You handed off deadly poison to some innocent girl? I can't believe what I'm hearing. We all trusted you, Bobby. Hold up. You gave that makeup to me. Well, he's obviously lying. I don't know. Let's hear him out. Why did Kathleen give you the makeup, Bobby? I've been trying to all evening to get Becky to agree to come on to my show. She'd be great for ratings. I asked Kathleen if she had any advice, you know, girl stuff. She said I should try getting her a gift. This is the most ridiculous story I've ever... Let him finish. I've asked her what kind of gift, and she thought about it for a second, then she smiled and gave me that makeup. So you're saying you were given the poison makeup by Kathleen? It's all lies. I haven't spoken a word to him all evening. And I've certainly never touched any poison makeup. That's where my next piece of evidence comes in. Detective, this is outrageous. Bobby is the suspect here, but I feel like she's interrogating me. Well, what else have you got that ties Kathleen to the poisoning? We found this pair of gloves in the bathroom. Do they look familiar? They look just like the gloves Kathleen has been wearing all evening. They're identical, except for one important detail. These gloves have traces of neurotoxin on them. This is absurd. Quiet. What are you thinking, Honor? I think Kathleen used the makeup to sneak up deadly poison into the Starstrand Awards. I don't know anything about poison. Really? I think you knew exactly what you were dealing with. That's why you bought a spare pair of gloves. After you dosed Dick's flowers, you threw out the gloves you were wearing to avoid poisoning yourself. I think it's obvious what's going on here. Bobby wants to frame me for Dick's murder. He used a pair of my gloves to make it look like I did it. Why would I kill Dick? We worked together for years. Exactly, you admitted to us that you suffered for years from Dick's insults and mood swings. Perhaps, but I never stooped to his level. I have a professional reputation to uphold. And that's why, when you went to the press, you used a fake name, Alex Costa. Alex Costa, I told you before, I've never heard that name in my life. Me neither. Care to enlighten us? Alex Costa told Celeb Life magazine about what a monster Dick really was. They printed the accusations, but then Dick's lawyers stepped in. And this Alex guy was someone who worked with Dick? To have that amount of dirt on him, they must have known him for years. And Bobby fits the bill perfectly. He wanted to ruin Dick's reputation to save his own show. His mother was even called Alexandra. Alexandra Price, Alex Costa, isn't obvious? A little too obvious. Almost as if someone knew they could pin the whole thing on Bobby if they got caught. You used my mom's name? Control yourself, Bobby. We could do without another strangling today. Calm down, both of you. I see your point, but is there any direct connection to the poisoning? The makeup came from La Monge Jolie. It was a special order for Alex Costa. I can't believe you're listening to this amateur when you have the real killer right here. There's one last piece of evidence, Alex Costa's phone number. You don't have to stand here and be insulted. Just wait until you... One moment, please. I have to... Oh. Don't worry. I hear you still get a phone call in prison. Kathleen Cartwright, you're under arrest for the murder of Dick Stanford. You don't know what it's like to spend your whole career being put down and brushed aside. He deserved to die. I put up with that monster for 20 years, 2 decades of insults and contempt, all the while having to hear how great he was. I tried to tell the world, I tried talking to the press, and no one would listen. But that ranting, disgusting old creep you saw on stage, that was the real Dick. That's enough, let's go. Now everyone knows what he was really like. I'm glad he's dead. I only wish I could have made it more painful. I don't believe what you're telling me, Honor. Everyone loved Dick Stanford. Everyone except the people he worked with. No one wanted to listen to them. It's like I've always said, TV is the devil's work. I don't agree with any of this detective nonsense, but at least you're not in TV anymore. Have you seen Becky? I'm ready to go. Just no more arguing in the car, okay? Good luck getting Mom to agree to that. I'll stop arguing when you stop being so damn stubborn. Great news, everyone. I'm going to be a special guest on Back Talk with Bobby Price. You guys have a great story. I'm just glad I can help tell it to the nation. And thanks for helping me prove I didn't kill anyone. You and Scout are quite the pair of detectives. Speaking of which, can we get Bobby a ride to the police station? Detective Cross still wants to talk to him. Apparently strangling a dead guy might be illegal after all. Go figure. You know what? I'm not sure I wanted a self-admitted strangler sitting behind me in the car. Take my keys. I'll walk. Scout and I headed back to my apartment feeling good. We've done it. We cracked the case. We proved them all wrong. The feeling was intoxicating, a heady sense of accomplishment like I'd never felt before. We'd worked it out. We found the clues, discovered the link between them, and now justice would be done. It felt great, and at that moment I knew I wanted to feel this again. I wanted to feel this all the time. The only problem was I still had to convince everyone else. Detective Cross, my mother. Only Scout seemed to really understand. A few short weeks, he'd become one of my closest friends, someone I could trust, someone that had my back. But trust has a nasty way of getting broken when you least expect it. Home at last. That was one hell of a night, right, Scout? Scout? I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just here to warn you. Scout is not what he seems. He's dangerous. What? He needs to be shut down now, before it's too late. I don't know who the hell you think you are breaking into my apartment, but you better get out of here before I call the cops. Fine, I'll go. But I've left you my number. Think it over. I'll be waiting for your call. Anna, this is amazing. I was looking behind your bookcase and I found a Humphrey Bogart movie we haven't seen yet. Is everything okay? Yeah, everything's fine. Let's go watch that movie, okay? Case closed. Alright, well I'm gonna end this session here for now. That's case 2 done. We only have 2 cases left, plus the bonus missions if I'm feeling up to it, but I'll get back to this soon. I'm not entirely sure when, so bear with me, we'll go from there. But in the meantime, thank you everybody for watching. I'm not good with outros, so I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.